Hi! Wanna get some amazing games unbelievably cheaply? Good. Well then stay tuned until the end of this video to find out how with chrono.gg. When we last left Caddy, he was stuck in a post box after he intended to post a love letter to the developers of Ape Escape for the PlayStation. That very same letter indeed got sent, but not without Caddy needing to explain to the postman exactly what happened, and with the conversation ending with him cutting off Caddy's hand with the emergency circular saw that every postman carries for situations such as this. Luckily, Caddy actually got a reply letter from the Ape Escape team, who also enclosed in the letter an instant hand regrowth pill, which was pretty fucking cool and definitely real, okay?
Well, this must mean that the Ape Escape team really appreciated my love letter and wanted to save my hand, so, well, that's very nice of them. I guess I should see what they actually wrote to me, then.
Dear Caddicarus, we really did enjoy your coverage of our game from nearly 20 years ago. How on earth do you have that much time on your hands to do such a pointless thing that only people with no friends would do?
Well, that's a trade secret.
We've been watching you for a long time, actually ever since you were born. And so we saw you get your hand stuck in the post box trying to post a love letter to us.
Oh, well, that's just lovely. Why the fuck didn't they help me?
Because we found it funny, and despite your positive video about our game, we all hate you.
I'm talking to a letter written by Brutal Moose again, aren't I?
No.
Wonderful.
Look, I grew your hand back because I wanted you in my debt, so you owe me now.
So what do I have to do then?
You have a choice this time. Either listen to Ape Escape's crumbling castle theme on repeat for 48 hours, or play the game I hid in this envelope.
Ow! F***ing! Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show. I always have to do a dirty deed of deciding whether to get slaughtered or separate. What did I do in my life to deserve Tweenies game time? Tweenies game time!
The Tweenies were actually a proper award-winning hellish TV thing that existed in the UK for a period of time on the BBC. How long exactly? Well, between the late 90s and early 2000s, exactly 34 months. And how many episodes were made for the preschool audience it was meant for? 390. 390 in 34 months. What can you actually do for nearly 400 episodes with faces like this? Look at them! Look! Boobar? Not that bad, really. VeggieTales? Watchable. Teletubbies? Fucking Citizen Kane compared to the Tweenies. Why are they called Tweenies anyway? I thought tweens in marketing terms were 10-year-olds, so basically definitely not the target audience and certainly not the Tweenies themselves. The oldest one is 5! 5! This mutant is apparently 3 years old!
Why do I even need to analyse the hidden meanings behind the Tweenies? Look at them, I mean, that's all you need to know. Personally, I'm just happy that the UK stopped taking its meth once they aired this show and then canned it very quickly in favour of the very badass. And then they shat on him too. I wouldn't care so much usually, but when my pretty little puffy stardust pony poo world of PS1 games is then tainted by abominations like this, it does become my problem at that point, and now I have no choice but to go through with it, thanks to Brutal Moose. So let's just go and get this over with, yeah?
Oh, Jesus! Who the fuck decided that the premature potato baby from Eraserhead should be in the Tweenies? Jesus, 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 Jesus. Those are the Tweenies on PS1, everyone. And now I have to pick one of them. I guess if I'm picking any of them, I'll choose this one. He's got my hair from a few months ago. He looks like me.
Wretched bastard. Dogman to the rescue!
Oh, my lord. Do you know who that voice is? It's Jonathan Ablebody from Legoland on PC. You remember him, right?
The gardeners are stuck behind those hedges.
Yes, he is putting on the most irritating and desperate impression of a young kid I think I've ever heard, and it's so bad and so annoying that I want him to crawl back into his mother's
empty slot.
At the same time, though, I mean, he is my Mohawk bro, and I also remember his name. It's Jake. Weirdly enough, one of the main characters from the US version of Ape Escape. So I guess I'll just stick with him. Time to play through... 4 games. Four mini games. Are you serious? This is hours of fun, box. 4 games?
I don't care how young your target audience is, this shit is cheap, especially considering you can obviously see no effort went into the production values whatsoever.
I mean, look, every single FMV sequence from the start to the end struggles to run at anything above 4 frames per second, and there's only like 5 in the entire game that last about 10 seconds max. Music and sounds are bit crushed to hell, and this is also apparently suitable for children. There is nothing worse than something that clearly just cashes in on popular trends without a shred of dignity or effort.
That is a very big judgment to make this early on, I understand that, so let's give this game the benefit of the doubt and start off with game number 1.
Collect 5 instruments to make a song. Tambourine, bumblebee, trumpet, doorbell, trombone.
And I beat it in 15 seconds.
That is literally all that the game is. It's not fun at all, the song that you get whatever instrument you pick is shit, and just look at this here. Look at this presentation. I'd argue this is worse than Bubsy 3D. At least Bubsy has some kind of consistency, like it was trying to look like discount Ukrainian Lego, but this... Jake's head is barely connected to his body, and when he wins a stage, his ship devours him in fumes until he suffocates and dies. What's even funnier is that after more loading screens than actual gameplay, a prompt then appeared at the end to ask if I wanted to play the game again. And you know, I was actually curious. I wanted to see if there was any more to find and if any of the songs could be unlocked, how different it could be with the new instruments, and what happens when you even run out of time to play the stage. So it may come as a complete shock to you, but despite what you were all expecting me to do, I clicked on no. Oh, and even better, the second I returned to the menu to pick another Tweenie to play the next game, I just picked Jake again because I hate myself, and what do you know? The game crashed. I was stuck on this loading screen for 2 minutes before I decided that the game wasn't going to load and I had to reset. And even though that fixed the issue, as soon as I started the next game, I got a lovely reward of another fucking glitch.
Bella's fairy tale, tale.
Look, I know that the immediate defense to this is, oh, don't worry, it's just a baby game. Fuck off. This is one of the most broken games I've ever played, and that's very, very bad considering there's barely a game here to begin with. I mean, how do you do that exactly? I'll tell you how you do that. By making a game about the fucking Tweenies, except for the rest of this shitey video, I'm gonna call them the Spleenies because they're just as gross and nobody fucking likes them.
Anyway, Bella's Fairy Tale ALLL is the most complex game out of the lot. We enter a castle and must complete a series of mini-games in order to complete it. The first trial is trying to figure out how to move a giant sleeping dragon, and we need to do it carefully enough that it doesn't get angry and decide to eat us. Luckily, the dragon didn't care about that, and after one button smashing, on to the next trial. By the way, I'm not moving here. This is a baby game, so it doesn't even trust me with walking. The second trial is choosing a door. And that's it, I guess. The third trial is catching a spider.
Hooray! I've done it!
And that's it, I guess. The fourth trial is choosing a door. And that's it, I guess. Wait a gosh darn second. The castle in the intro FMV only had 2 stories, and we've now climbed 4 flights of fucking stairs. I think the Spleenies are the key to unlocking the secrets of time and space manipulation. Have they been to the future, do you think? Is that where this monster came from? The fifth trial actually presents a challenge for a younger crowd, finding where the item was hidden with swapping chests. Pretty standard stuff, so another flight of stairs later, the sixth trial is finding the correct silhouette. And after another flight of stairs, meaning we're about here in the castle, the seventh trial is choosing another damn door. What's the age rating on this game again? 3+? You know what, I think that's a typo. I'm pretty sure it was meant to say 3-. Then after another flight of stairs, the 8th trial is finding the different coloured knight. God, this is insulting even for kids, man!
I've got a wizard's hat.
What the fuck are you smoking?
After another flight of stairs, the 9th trial is Simon Says. At least it requires a bit of concentration. And after one more flight of stairs, meaning we must be on Saturn by this point, the game ends with 5 seconds of stuttering video, and then it crashed on the loading screen yet again, meaning I had to force a reset.
Also, I forgot to mention that if you don't complete the game, I'm gonna nuke your new office.
I should probably keep playing them.
But I don't know how much longer I can take. This is literally worse than a spunk smoothie. Oh, that's foul. I apologise. Actually, no, I don't, because I paid for this piece of shit. and I'm bitter. The third game in our lineup isn't a rhythm game like it seems to look like, but instead it's just a copying game that once again is over within under a minute. And I don't get it, why is this dancing stage so damn ugly and gloomy? So far, this video game isn't giving you any reason to even exist as a game in the first place. You can do everything we've done so far with your kids in person with common household items in a quicker fashion and with it being more fun. And I'm sorry, you just can't excuse the shocking presentation at all because of how little there is on this disc content-wise in the first place. Argue about how fun the games are all you want and how they're not aimed at me, but there are only 4 mini-games in total that you can finish in 5 minutes all together. I was waiting in loading screens more than playing the game. You even have to wait for a loading screen just to see the screen that lets you replay the fucking minigame. It's just quicker to reset the fucking thing. Where did the effort go? Nowhere. Some poor fool once paid £7.99 for this. Game 4 though, I must be honest, I found hilarious. I thought it'd just be a standard Mario Paint kind of deal. You know, look at that picture. They usually are here in tacky cheap kids games like this. But I was shocked to find a superhero flying game where you look around for items to color, avoid obstacles, pick up more energy so you don't run out, and yeah, it's shit, but at least the beginning nearly made me piss myself from the collision effects.
Get ready for Duckman!
I don't think anybody was ready for Dot Man there. Do we have a montage? Can we get a montage? Yeah, let us have a montage.
And after that, the game is over. After 10 total minutes of playing when half of it was stuck in loading screens, and I'm never going to even look at it again.
Do I even need to explain why this game gets the slaughter? Because it does. I mean, aimed at preschoolers or not, the fact that this game was released in the state that it was in and it costed the money it did at the time makes it one of the most shameful and disgraceful games on the PS1, so I have no qualms in saying this game gets the slaughter.
Yeah, I just nuked you anyway, I don't care.
Hey everybody, and before the tiny outtakes come on for you today, you're probably wondering where to get your cheapy cheap games from I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Well, yeah, here's how. I'm partnered with an awesome site called chrono.gg, where every 24 hours at the link in the description, chrono.gg/caddy, a PC game goes up on the site at the most discounted price you could feasibly imagine. I won't tell you what's on the site today, it's a surprise, and always different depending on what day you watch this video, but rest assured, some of my favorite indie games ever have been on the site in the past for literally cheaper than fish and chips. So please do head to the description to chrono.gg/caddy and take a look. Trust me, you won't regret it. Bookmark the site and check it every day. And thanks for listening. Enjoy the outtakes, everybody.
Subscribe.
I wouldn't care as much usually, but then when my pretty little puffy stardust pony poo puffy.
Also, I forgot to mention that if you don't complete the...